Hey guys, welcome to Pajama Let's Play. I'm Michelle, host of Pajama Let's Play, where we talk all things Kingdom Hearts. Today, I'm discussing my theory on what Vexen is atoning for and why he takes the end justifies the means mindset. But before we get into all that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell. You can follow me on Twitch and check out my Patreon, all of those things in the description box down below. So here's the obligatory spoiler warning. In order to give an adequate picture of what Vexen may be thinking, I will have to cover spoilers. There are plenty of short summaries here on YouTube, so feel free to check some of those out and then come back to this. For everyone else, today's video, as stated, is mostly about Vexen. We don't know a lot about him, but he does make it clear what his primary motivation is for everything.
I have been waiting for this. Gave up a normal life in order to plant myself in the organization. And when I heard Xehanort had gone looking for you, I realized it was my chance to find you as well. For you see, I too wish to atone.
What exactly is he atoning for? Nothing has been confirmed as of yet, but we are given some hints. The earliest we know of him is working with Ansem the Wise and the other apprentices on his research. What exactly was he working on? Well, I'll just let him explain.
All I desire is the freedom to continue my research. Ansem the Wise refused to nurture my talents, so I cast my lot with Xemnas. With Xehanort, rather. Simple as that.
I see. And you don't care how he uses your research?
Not in the slightest. All that concerns me is that I complete the perfect human vessel.
So he doesn't care what Xehanort does with the replicas as long as they're made. Just to be clear, let's make sure we aren't missing something here. So let's see how he explains his motivations to Cyax when he rejoins the organization.
Humanity is a precious gift, and yet you desire to return to the organization?
Oh yes, of course. One eradication at Axel's hands was enough to learn where not to place my trust.
He gave you a second lease on life.
He ripped me away from the one thing I care about. I don't require humanity. Give me my research. I must see it to fruition, no matter the cost.
The replicas.
Yes. Soon they will replace, not just replicate. Given a heart, they can become just as real as any human.
Yeah, he definitely meant what he said. He cares about exactly one thing, completing the perfect vessel. He does not care about the Keyblade War or anything else about the organization. He only cares about finishing this project. But why? It can't simply be intellectual curiosity, because one, Nomura makes multi-dimensional characters, and I don't believe he would make any of these members that static. Two, he mentions the word atone a lot, like more than anyone else, and more than anything else he talks about. He even gets Demyx involved and lets us know about someone else who shares his goal.
Men like us. In the pursuit of science, we sometimes make terrible mistakes. Lose sight of our mission to help people. But now I can help someone with my research. Now I can atone.
I'm not a scientist. Wait! Come on, dude. I'm useless. I'm chicken. We're not friends. I can count the number of times you and I have hung out on one hand. Less than one hand. I didn't even know you in the old life.
Fine. But listen.
Huh? No way!
It's true. The whole thing was his idea.
Huh? No stinking way.
He wants to atone too. But he is one of the chosen, so his hands are tied. Hence my actions on his behalf. Hence my need for you to act on my behalf should all go awry.
That clip was a bit long, but notice how he said someone else had sent him to help Ansem the Wise. Well, in Ultimania, it is confirmed for us that the person referenced was Saïx. We already know Saïx and Axel are only in the organization to look for a particular test subject, Subject X, or Subject Key, depending on how all of this plays out. But what are they atoning for? Well, thanks to the secret reports of Kingdom Hearts 2, we know Ansem the Wise and his apprentices collected human test subjects to experiment on the heart and discover its mysteries. We also know a lot of those people were left mindless and heartless, though Ansem the Wise did not understand what he was seeing at the time. We know about Subject X and Little Kyrie, and we know there were countless others before them. Also, I have a hard time believing they would experiment on children until after Ansem the Wise had been mutinied and banished. The Xehanort trio, however, have zero qualms with this since they experimented on Kyrie, even releasing her to the Unversed just to see what would happen. Vexen's sole motivation is to create the perfect vessel no matter the cost and to atone for his research. It stands to reason that he is atoning specifically for at least one of his test subjects. I believe he is atoning for two, Ianzo's parents.
What?
The only time anyone talks about Ianzo's parents, at least that I could find, is right here.
Ienzo, where are you? Answer me! Ah, there you are. Didn't I warn you not to wander off, child? I see we owe you our thanks. We have done our best to raise the boy, since his poor parents are not here to do it.
We already knew Ienzo was orphaned somehow, and usually when things like this are specifically left out, it will become a twist later on. I believe Ienzo's parents were test subjects, but for whatever reason, the experiments left them mindless and heartless. It's the perfect motivation for Evan and Ansem the Wise to wish to atone. If I'm correct, they are directly responsible for this child losing his parents, and the researchers care for Ienzo in a very paternal way, as if they're trying to replace the parents they yanked away from him. It explains why a child would join their ranks, what happened to his parents, and what is so terrible that Ansem the Wise forced the experiments to cease and release the subjects, especially when tied to whatever happened to Subject X. I believe Vexen is attempting to make replicas for Ianzo's parents to bring them back and truly atone for his actions. They could have a way to retrieve the hearts, or maybe make some data ones out of each of their memories of them. Either way, this theory explains all of those little mysteries around Evan and Ienzo. But what do you guys think? Is that what Vexen is atoning for? Could Saïx want to help with the research to atone for whatever happened to Subject X and or Ienzo's parents? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the theory. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and check out my Patreon. All of those things are linked in the description box down below. Until next time.